So next I invite Dr. Mannat Jyot Singh for his poster presentation on epidermal and cyst of the upper lid, an unusual presentation.
I am presenting on epidermal cyst of upper eyelid. Epidermal cysts are benign, slow-growing tumors that result from the sequestration of ectodermal tissue during embryonic development. They are linked by keratinizing squamous epithelium and contain keratin debris and cholesterol crystals. While they can occur anywhere, they have a predilection for the head, neck and trunk, typically present in adolescent and late adulthood. Usually solitary, elevated, round, freely mobile subcutaneous mass with smooth overlying skin. They are usually not attached to the overlying skin but may be fixed to the underlying periosteum. They tend to grow slowly over time and are usually asymptomatic unless they become inflamed, rupture or exert pressure on adjacent structures. The case one is a 54-year-old male patient from Gurdaspur, Punjab who was chef by profession in Dubai, presented in IOPD with slowly progressive left upper eyelid swelling since 2 years. Swelling was not associated with pain, redness or tenderness. Few small nodules were present behind both ears and on forehead. No prior treatment history present. There was no history of ocular trauma. Family history: patient's father had medical history of multiple lipoma excision from his back. Derma and ENT opinion were taken and probable diagnosis of neurofibromatosis was done. And on ocular examination, right eye appeared to be within normal limits. In left eye, a large round regular swelling present on the left upper eyelid measuring 2.5 cm in diameter. Swelling was well defined, firm, smooth, no local rise in temperature, non-tender, non-reducible, non-compressible. No abdominal vessels observed. Transformation test negative. Fluctuation test negative. It was free from underlying structures and no bony attachment was felt. Overlying skin was normal with slight hyperpigmentation. No signs of inflammation was observed. The difference in the marginal reflex distance between the left and the right eye was 3 mm, suggesting moderate mechanical ptosis. Pre-operative investigations: FNSC report suggests smears prepared shows presence of anucleate squames and few squamous epithelial cells against the background of acellular debris. No epithelioid cell granuloma, malignant cells seen in the smears examined. Features of benign epidermal inclusion cyst were reported. In MRI, a hyperextensive lesion in the left periorbital region plane measuring 3 into 2.5 into 2.2 centimeter epidermal cyst. Preoperative blood investigations were within normal limits. After thorough examination, investigation, diagnosis of epidermal cyst was made and excision was planned under local anesthesia. Case 2, a 4-year-old boy from Gurdaspur, Punjab was brought in IOPD with a complaint of swelling left eye which was present since birth and noticed that size has been increasing recently. There was a history of similar swelling that had been excised 2 years prior, but it recurred at the same site, but there was no record of the same. There was no relevant family history. On examination, right eye was within normal limits. A large round swelling, regular swelling present in the left upper eyelid measuring 1.5 into 1.5 centimeter in diameter. It was well defined, firm, smooth, no local rise in temperature, non-tender, non-reducible, non-compressible and no abdominal vessel observed. Transformation test negative, fluctuation test was negative. It was free from underlying structures and no bony attachments was felt. Underlying skin was also normal. No signs of inflammation was observed. On FNAC, cytological smears show presence of good number of enucleate squames and few squamous epithelial cells against the background of eosinophilic granular material. Features suggestive of epidermal inclusion cyst. On MRI, well delineated oval shaped lesions seen in the region of the left upper eyelid superiorly in the subcutaneous plane. It was located laterally near the left superior orbital ridge. It measures approximately 1.5 into 1.3 into 1.0 centimeter. Underlying bone appears to be normal. Treatment and incision on the upper eyelid skin was made and blunt dissection of the cyst from the skin was done without rupturing the capsule. Discussion. Epidermal cyst was our second most common type of benign periocular contusion lesions, mostly arising from infundibulum of the hair follicle. It can be spontaneous or associated with trauma. It is benign, slow growing and predominantly found in males versus females, and these are mostly sporadic. 1% have been noted to have malignant transformation to squamous cell carcinoma. These can be found anywhere, and it is a subepidermal nodule which is filled with keratin, and epidermal cyst occurring before puberty in unusual locations and number raise the suspicion of a syndrome. Conclusion, most are slow growing, elevated, round and smooth. Cyst may get secondary infection. Smaller cyst can be treated with marsupialization. Excision around the periphery of the cyst but leaving the base of the cyst wall. Thank you.
पूछो अगर कुछ
So, what were the differentials for these cases?
Differentials, ma'am, most common can be the chalazion, sebaceous cyst, and pilar cyst, dermoid cyst. Most common. Thank you.